Could you pass your citizenship test today? Let us find out. You will practice all 128 questions in English, with 5 seconds to think about each answer. Keep track of your score and stay until the end. Let us begin. Listen carefully. After each question, you will have 5 seconds to answer. Then you will see and hear the correct answer. If you miss one, write it down and review it later. We begin with government and the Constitution. Number 1. What is the form of government of the United States? The correct answer is Republic. Number 2. What is the supreme law of the land? Answer: U.S. Constitution. Number 3. Name one thing the U.S. Constitution does. The answer is, forms the government. Number 4. The U.S. Constitution starts with the words, "We the people." What does "we the people" mean? That is correct, self-government. Number 5. How are changes made to the U.S. Constitution? The correct answer is, amendments. Number 6. What does the Bill of Rights protect? Answer: basic rights. Number 7. How many amendments does the U.S. Constitution have? The answer is 27. Number 8. Why is the Declaration of Independence important? That is correct, America is free. Number 9. What founding document said the American colonies were free from Britain? The correct answer is, Declaration of Independence. Number 10. Name 2 important ideas from the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution. Answer: equality and liberty. Number 11. The words life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are in what founding document? The answer is, Declaration of Independence. Number 12. What is the economic system of the United States? That is correct, capitalism. Number 13. What is the rule of law? The correct answer is, no one is above the law. Number 14. Many documents influenced the U.S. Constitution. Name one. Answer: Declaration of Independence. Number 15. There are 3 branches of government. Why? The answer is, checks and balances. Number 16. Name the 3 branches of government. That is correct, legislative, executive, judicial. Number 17. The President of the United States is in charge of which branch of government? The correct answer is, executive. Number 18. What part of the federal government writes laws? Answer: Congress. Number 19. What are the two parts of the U.S. Congress? The answer is Senate and House. Number 20. Name one power of the U.S. Congress. That is correct, writes laws. Number 21. How many U.S. senators are there? The correct answer is 100. Number 22. How long is a term for a U.S. senator? Answer: 6 years. Number 23. Who is one of your state's U.S. senators now? The answer is varies by state. Number 24. How many voting members are in the House of Representatives? That is correct, 435. Number 25. How long is a term for a member of the House of Representatives? The correct answer is 2 years. Number 26. Why do U.S. representatives serve shorter terms than U.S. senators? Answer: follow public opinion. Number 27. How many senators does each state have? The answer is 2. Number 28. Why does each state have 2 senators? That is correct, equal representation. Number 29. Name your U.S. representative. The correct answer is varies by district. Number 30. What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now? Answer: Mike Johnson. Number 31. Who does a U.S. Senator represent? The answer is citizens of their state. Number 32. Who elects U.S. senators? That is correct, citizens of their state. You have completed 1/4. Great job. Next, rights, responsibilities, and civic participation. Number 33. Who does a member of the House of Representatives represent? The correct answer is citizens in their district. Number 34. Who elects members of the House of Representatives? Answer: citizens in their district. Number 35. Some states have more representatives than other states. Why? The answer is population. Number 36. The President of the United States is elected for how many years? That is correct, 4 years. Number 37. The President of the United States can serve only 2 terms. Why? The correct answer is 22nd Amendment. Number 38. What is the name of the President of the United States now? Answer: Donald J. Trump. Number 39. What is the name of the Vice President of the United States now? The answer is J.D. Vance. Number 40. If the president can no longer serve, who becomes president? That is correct, Vice President. Number 41. Name one power of the president. The correct answer is signs bills into law. Number 42. Who is Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. military? Answer: President. Number 43. Who signs bills to become laws? The answer is President. Number 44. Who vetoes bills? That is correct, President. Number 45. Who appoints federal judges? The correct answer is President. Number 46. The executive branch has many parts. Name one. Answer: Cabinet. Number 47. What does the President's cabinet do? The answer is advises the President. Number 48. What are 2 cabinet-level positions? That is correct, Secretary of State, Attorney General. Number 49. Why is the Electoral College important? The correct answer is elects the President. Number 50. What is one part of the judicial branch? Answer: Supreme Court. Number 51. What does the judicial branch do? The answer is reviews laws. Number 52. What is the highest court in the United States? That is correct, Supreme Court. Number 53. How many seats are on the Supreme Court? The correct answer is 9. Number 54. How many Supreme Court justices are usually needed to decide a case? Answer: 5. Number 55. How long do Supreme Court justices serve? The answer is life. Number 56. Supreme Court justices serve for life. Why? That is correct, independence. Number 57. Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now? The correct answer is John G. Roberts, Jr. Number 58. Name one power that is only for the federal government. Answer: declare war. Number 59. Name one power that is only for the states. The answer is issue driver's licenses. Number 60. What is the purpose of the 10th Amendment? That is correct. Powers belong to states or people. Number 61. Who is the governor of your state now? The correct answer is varies by state. Number 62. What is the capital of your state? Answer: varies by state. Number 63. There are 4 amendments to the U.S. Constitution about who can vote. Describe one of them. The answer is citizens 18 and older can vote. Number 64. Who can vote in federal elections, run for federal office, and serve on a jury in the United States? That is correct, U.S. citizens. You are halfway there. Take a breath and keep going. Now let us explore United States history. Number 65. What are 3 rights of everyone living in the United States? The correct answer is freedom of speech. Number 66. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? Answer: the United States. Number 67. Name 2 promises that new citizens make in the Oath of Allegiance. The answer is obey the laws. Number 68. How can people become United States citizens? That is correct, naturalize. Number 69. What are 2 examples of civic participation in the United States? The correct answer is vote. Number 70. What is one way Americans can serve their country? Answer: pay taxes. Number 71. Why is it important to pay federal taxes? The answer is required by law. Number 72. It is important for all men age 18 through 25 to register for the Selective Service. Name one reason why. That is correct, required by law. Number 73. The colonists came to America for many reasons. Name one. The correct answer is freedom. Number 74. Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? Answer: Native Americans. Number 75. What group of people was taken and sold as slaves? The answer is Africans. Number 76. What war did the Americans fight to win independence from Britain? That is correct, American Revolution. Number 77. Name one reason why the Americans declared independence from Britain. The correct answer is taxation without representation. Number 78. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Answer: Thomas Jefferson. Number 79. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? The answer is July 4, 1776. Number 80. The American Revolution had many important events. Name one. That is correct, Battle of Yorktown. Number 81. There were 13 original states. Name 5. The correct answer is Virginia, New York, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Maryland. Number 82. What founding document was written in 1787? Answer: U.S. Constitution. Number 83. The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the U.S. Constitution. Name one of the writers. The answer is James Madison. Number 84. Why were the Federalist Papers important? That is correct, supported the Constitution. Number 85. Benjamin Franklin is famous for many things. Name one. The correct answer is inventor. Number 86. George Washington is famous for many things. Name one. Answer: First President. Number 87. Thomas Jefferson is famous for many things. Name one. The answer is wrote the Declaration of Independence. Number 88. James Madison is famous for many things. Name one. That is correct, father of the Constitution. Number 89. Alexander Hamilton is famous for many things. Name one. The correct answer is First Secretary of the Treasury. Number 90. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? Answer: Louisiana Territory. Number 91. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s. The answer is Civil War. Number 92. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. That is correct, Civil War. Number 93. The Civil War had many important events. Name one. The correct answer is Emancipation Proclamation. Number 94. Abraham Lincoln is famous for many things. Name one. Answer: freed the slaves. Number 95. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? The answer is freed the slaves. Number 96. What U.S. war ended slavery? That is correct, Civil War. You have completed 3/4. You are almost there. Final section: Geography, Symbols, and Traditions. Number 97. What amendment says all persons born or naturalized in the United States are U.S. citizens? The correct answer is 14th Amendment. Number 98. When did all men get the right to vote? Answer: 15th Amendment. Number 99. Name one leader of the women's rights movement in the 1800s. The answer is Susan B. Anthony. Number 100. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s. That is correct, World War II. Number 101. Why did the United States enter World War I? The correct answer is Germany attacked U.S. ships. Number 102. When did all women get the right to vote? Answer: 1920. Number 103. What was the Great Depression? The answer is longest economic recession. Number 104. When did the Great Depression start? That is correct, 1929. Number 105. Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II? The correct answer is Franklin Roosevelt. Number 106. Why did the United States enter World War II? Answer: Pearl Harbor. Number 107. Dwight Eisenhower is famous for many things. Name one. The answer is General in World War II. Number 108. Who was the United States' main rival during the Cold War? That is correct, Soviet Union. Number 109. During the Cold War, what was one main concern of the United States? The correct answer is communism. Number 110. Why did the United States enter the Korean War? Answer: stop communism. Number 111. Why did the United States enter the Vietnam War? The answer is, stop communism. Number 112. What did the civil rights movement do? That is correct, ended racial discrimination. Number 113. Martin Luther King, Jr. is famous for many things. Name one. The correct answer is, fought for civil rights. Number 114. Why did the United States enter the Persian Gulf War? Answer, remove Iraq from Kuwait. Number 115. What major event happened on September 11, 2001 in the United States? The answer is, terrorist attacks. Number 116. Name one U.S. military conflict after the September 11, 2001 attacks. That is correct, war in Afghanistan. Number 117. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. The correct answer is, Cherokee. Number 118. Name one example of an American innovation. Answer, airplane. Number 119. What is the capital of the United States? The answer is, Washington, D.C. Number 120. Where is the Statue of Liberty? That is correct, New York Harbor. Number 121. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? The correct answer is, 13 original colonies. Number 122. Why does the flag have 50 stars? Answer, 50 states. Number 123. What is the name of the national anthem? The answer is, the Star-Spangled Banner. Number 124. The nation's first motto was E Pluribus Unum. What does that mean? That is correct, out of many, one. Number 125. What is Independence Day? The correct answer is, U.S. independence. Number 126. Name 3 national U.S. holidays. Answer, Independence Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Number 127. What is Memorial Day? The answer is, honors fallen soldiers. Number 128. What is Veterans Day? That is correct, honors veterans. 100% complete. Excellent work. You completed all 128 questions. Tell us your score in the comments. Review the questions you missed and practice again until you feel confident. Subscribe for more citizenship practice. Best of luck at your interview.